Berserk, episode 11. Let me just say, I love the title of the next episode, which is the last episode for this season, which titles those who struggle, those who survive. Listen, epic episode. Definitely the highest rating it can get for this episode. First of all, I thought this was the last episode, but either ways, it's probably the last action episode. But this episode 11, takes place in three different categories. The first section, Gutz versus Mozgus, and then the Red Goo. Now the first section is Death. He basically drops off Lena and tells her that if she wants to survive, she basically has to get out of the land. And who do we see appear? Apparently, Death says he sees the same thing of what's happening now, comparing it to the Red Ceremony. And again, who do we see appear? Zodd. Now, we haven't seen this dude since that Great War, since the last war Griffith partaken. We haven't seen the guy since then, so I think I'm definitely going to make him my thumbnail. After that, we go into, there was no word exchange. So we go into the dying idol. Now, he's basically climbing up on the building to get a better view of the world as it's about to be destroyed. And a funny way he puts it is, he's about to die. The world looked down on him, so he's about to look down on the world as it burns. The irony. And on his way up, he sees the most disgusting thing ever. A premature fetus. Apparently it was dying, so he takes it and put it inside of him to apparently give it a chance. And it was just disgusting. It was just disgusting. Ew. And I was eating some grapes at the time and seeing that too, so definitely it was hard to swallow. After that, we go into Puck and Ishii. Now, those dudes are hilarious. They by far make this episode laugh worthy. Especially Ishii, because that dude has an aim like a hawk. Like, he threw a rock and took out one of the twins. Goes into the next part of this story, Gutz versus Mozgus. Now, Gutz versus Mozgus and the last two remaining angels, the twins, are trying to take Casca away from Ishii. Now, apparently, at the beginning of this episode, they had plans on burning her. And Ishii came up with a very good plan, whereas he used like a levee where basically he jumped down, cut Casca from the stake, hold on her, and they threw a rock down with the other end of the rope, and it pulled them back up like a levee base. Genius. And I definitely think Gutz do owe him now. So all that training that he's hoping for, I definitely hope he gets it. And he's definitely skilled. The soldier even states it. Now, Puck goes up to basically use his fairy powers to blind the angels, temporarily blind them, and Ishii throws a rock, and this rock hit them dudes right in the eye. Like, they just came down crashing. Like, I'm talking, that dude has aim, even in all that brightness. So after that, they hit the ground, and the soldier basically executes them. And we go into the main part of this story. But before I get into it, I also want to state that Lady Furnish, she also states that she sees the monster in Mozgus. Now, I don't know if she's having an epiphany, but she's definitely getting an improvement and definitely learning from every time that she comes in contact with the black swordsman. Definitely. Now, we go into Gutz versus Mozgus with his impenetrable armor, but Gutz eventually finds the weak spot and destroys him. It's about time. I knew it was about to come to an end, and Gutz was about to get serious, because after he couldn't keep an eye on Casca and Mozgus at the same time. So after Ishii took care of the twins, it definitely left him fully concentrated on Mozgus. And again, Gutz definitely owes him for that too. Now, Gutz basically does a statement in the ending of this episode to Mozgus, which I definitely like, and I do think that most people in our world, the human world, should abide by this, like, should definitely live by it. Basically, he's basically saying that people would rather pray and wait for a miracle when they should act and then wait for a miracle. It's more likely your chances for that miracle coming through would definitely increase. And I definitely do personally believe that as well. Also, ending of this episode, the red goo. So after they take care of Mozgus, the red goo is coming in to basically kill and devour everything in its path. And apparently it's afraid of fire. So the red goo is coming in to kill everyone. And Azan, he basically has some knights with him at the front gate trying to protect and lead all of the refugees inside the castle walls. And it's funny how everyone in the castle wall turned on them and basically locked them out. And you could see the red eye. I'm not sure if you Americans are familiar with it, but red eye usually means jealousy, envy, stuff like that. It's basically a real saying as well. Basically, you can see like all of the selfish humans, and then you saw the honor in Azan as well, because even though they locked them out, he's telling them that they still have women and children, and he's still telling the soldiers to form and keep guard over them. And Gutz, and we go back into Gutz above the castle. Basically, they notice that the red goo is afraid of fire, so they basically got a stake and light it on fire, and they're not gonna go inside of the tower because it's darker in there. And they also know that the red goo hates fire, and it might get weaker during daylight since daylight is almost there. And also, if they go inside, they're more likely to get trapped. So they're basically gonna fight through it at the top of the castle walls and try to make it out. Hence the saying "cut through." Definitely do think that they all did a good job and they deserve to be alive, rather than the citizens who just sat there, prayed, and wanted to kill and sacrifice Casca, hoping that everything would be okay. So we go into the end of the episode. Definitely a 9.5, 9 out of 10. 9.5, 9 out of 10. Really good episode. Now, I thought this was the final episode, obviously, but either ways, it's not. Can't wait till the next week episode. And first of all, I just want to say, lastly, I know I started reviewing this series late. Like, I think I started on 5 or 6. But either ways, I just want to say thanks for watching and subscribe so we can watch the series together, so we can talk about it together down in the comment section. And if you like the video, leave a like. If you didn't like it, dislike and tell me why down in the comment section. But I'm definitely looking forward to the next episode, which is the season finale, and couldn't be any happier, couldn't be any sadder. But again, guys, thanks for watching.